If you think white vinegar is just something you splash in a salad dressing, you have been sitting on one of the most powerful tools in your entire kitchen without even knowing it. American households have leaned on a simple bottle of white vinegar for over 200 years, from cast iron seasoning in frontier kitchens to grandmother's secret cleaning recipes passed down at the family table. Today, you're getting 43 clever white vinegar hacks that will genuinely blow your mind and make your life easier. Stay until the end, because hack number 1 is the trick that changes how you think about this bottle forever. 43. Descale your coffee maker in one cycle. Most people scrub their coffee maker with soap and call it a day, but American diner cooks know that's not where the real grime lives. Fill the reservoir with 2 cups white vinegar and 2 cups water. Run a full brew cycle, then follow with 2 cycles of plain water. The acetic acid breaks down mineral scale buildup that soap can't touch. This is the same trick truck stop diners across the Midwest have used for decades to keep their coffee tasting clean instead of metallic. The result? Your next pot comes out bright, clean, and free of that bitter aftertaste. 42. Revive wilted lettuce. Southern grandmothers have known this one for generations. A bowl of ice water with 1 tablespoon white vinegar can bring sad, limp greens back to life. Submerge wilted lettuce or herbs for 10 minutes. The mild acidity helps plant cells reabsorb water through osmosis, plumping the leaves back up. Most people just toss wilting greens straight in the trash, but this hack rescues them. You'll pull out leaves that are crisp, snappy, and fresh as the day you bought them. 41. Strip hard water. Spots off. Glassware. New England fishing towns deal with hard water more than most, and their go-to fix is simple. Soak cloudy glasses in a mixture of equal parts white vinegar and warm water for 15 minutes, then dry with a lint-free cloth. The mineral deposits causing that cloudy film are alkaline, and vinegar's acidity dissolves them on contact. Most people assume cloudy glasses are scratched and unfixable, but it's usually just buildup. What you're left with is glassware so clear and glossy, it looks brand new. 40. Tenderize tough cuts of meat. Texas BBQ pitmasters have a trick for cheap cuts that most home cooks skip entirely. The acid in vinegar breaks down tough collagen fibers through a process called denaturation. Soak a tougher cut like flank or skirt steak in a marinade with 3 tablespoons white vinegar for 30 minutes before cooking. Most people reach straight for expensive cuts instead of fixing the cheap ones. The payoff is meat that's tender, juicy, and practically melts apart with your fork. 39. Unclog a slow shower drain. Pour 1 cup baking soda down the drain, follow immediately with 1 cup white vinegar, and let it sit for 15 minutes before flushing with hot water. Church potluck regulars swear by this one for tackling soap scum buildup at home between gatherings. Most people jump straight to harsh chemical drain cleaners that can damage older pipes. The fizzing reaction is a simple acid-base interaction breaking apart grime. What you get is a drain that runs clear and fast again. No harsh fumes required. Stick around, because number 28 is going to change the way you do laundry forever. 38. Keep cut fruit. From Browning. Tex-Mex kitchens have used this trick for years to keep fruit platters looking fresh at gatherings. Mix 1 tablespoon white vinegar into 2 cups cold water, then dip sliced apples or pears for 60 seconds before draining. Most people reach for lemon juice, but vinegar works just as well and won't change the flavor as much. The acid slows oxidation, the same chemical reaction that turns a cut apple brown within minutes. What you're left with is fruit that stays bright, crisp, and picture-ready for hours. 37. Remove sticker residue. Without scratching, saturate a cloth with white vinegar and press it onto sticker residue for 5 minutes before wiping. The acetic acid breaks down the adhesive's polymer bonds, loosening its grip on the surface. Midwest home cooks have used this for decades on everything from jam jars to hand-me-down dishware. Most people grab a knife or razor blade and end up scratching the surface underneath. The result is a clean, smooth finish with 0 residue left behind. 36. Brighten stainless steel. Sinks. Hard water leaves behind mineral deposits that dull stainless steel, over time through simple oxidation. Most people scrub for ages with dish soap alone and barely make a dent. Cajun households in Louisiana have long relied on a stronger approach for their farmhouse sinks. Pour 1 to 2 cup white vinegar directly onto the sink, let it sit for 10 minutes, then scrub and rinse with hot water. What you get is a sink that's bright, streak-free, and mirror-like. 35. Fix overly salty soup. Most people panic and dump extra water into an oversalted pot, watering down all the flavor along with the salt. Southern grandmothers have a better fix that's been passed down for generations. A small splash of acid won't remove salt, but it balances perception by counteracting the way your tongue registers sodium. Add 1 teaspoon white vinegar at a time, tasting as you go, up to 1 tablespoon total. The result is a broth that tastes balanced, rounded, and rich instead of harsh. 34. Clean a microwave in minutes. Microwave a bowl with 1 cup water and 2 tablespoons white vinegar for 5 minutes. Then let it sit for 2 minutes before wiping. Diner cooks have used this exact method to blast through baked-on grease during busy lunch rushes. Most people scrub dried food splatters dry, which takes 10 times longer and barely works. The steam created by heating loosens grime through simple condensation. You're left with a microwave that's spotless, streak-free, and smells clean instead of burnt. 33. Restore a cast iron skillet. Most people think a rusty cast iron skillet is ruined for good, but Midwest Home cooks no better. Scrub the rust away, then wipe the pan down with a cloth soaked in white vinegar for 30 seconds before rinsing immediately. The acid dissolves iron oxide, which is the chemical compound that forms as rust. Letting vinegar sit too long can pit the metal, so timing matters here. Once re-seasoned with oil, the pan comes back smooth, dark, and ready for a perfect sear. 32. Deodorize a smelly cutting board. Wooden cutting boards trap odors from garlic, onions, and fish deep in their grain through simple absorption. Wipe the board down with full-strength white vinegar and let it sit for 5 minutes before rinsing with hot water. Cajun households in Louisiana rely on this between heavy cooking sessions when seafood and spice smells build up fast. Most people just rinse with soap and wonder why the smell lingers. What you get is a board that smells clean, neutral, and ready for the next meal. 31. Brighten dingy. White socks. Soak white socks in a basin with 1 cup white vinegar and warm water for 30 minutes before washing as usual. Truck stop laundromats across the South have long used this trick between regular wash cycles to fight ground and grime. Most people just toss in more bleach and hope for the best. The acid helps break down mineral and soap buildup trapped in the fibers, a process distinct from bleaching. The result is socks that come out bright, fresh, and genuinely white again. 30. Remove soap scum from shower doors. Most people scrub shower doors for 10 minutes straight and barely make progress against the haze. Soap scum forms when soap reacts with hard water minerals, creating a stubborn compound. New England fishing towns, where hard water is a constant battle, lean on a simple trick instead. Spray full-strength white vinegar directly onto the glass, let it sit for 10 minutes, then wipe clean with a microfiber cloth. What's left behind is glass that's crystal clear, streak-free, and glossy. 29. Keep bugs away from outdoor gatherings. Texas backyard cooks have used this trick at cookouts for years to keep gnats away from food tables. Mix 1 cup white vinegar with 1 tablespoon dish soap in a shallow bowl and set it near the food. The soap breaks the water's surface tension, a property that normally lets bugs land and escape. Most people reach for sprays that leave a chemical smell near the food. Instead, you get a gathering that stays bug-free, fresh-smelling, and pleasant all afternoon. 28. Set the color and soften. Brand new jeans. Southern grandmothers have known for generations that a new pair of jeans shouldn't go straight into a regular wash. Most people toss new denim in with everything else and end up with faded, dye-bleeding jeans within a month. Dye molecules sit loosely on raw denim fibers until they're set, a process called color fastness. Wash new jeans alone in cold water with 1 cup white vinegar, added directly to the drum, no detergent. Jeans come out deeper in color, softer to the touch, and noticeably less likely to bleed or fade. 27. Soften stiff paintbrushes. Most people toss a hardened paintbrush straight in the trash, assuming it's done for good. Soak the bristles in warm white vinegar for 30 minutes, working the brush gently with your fingers halfway through. The acid breaks down dried paint binders, the compounds that hold pigment together once a brush dries out. DIY-loving Midwest homeowners have used this trick for decades to stretch the life of a good brush. Once rinsed, the bristles come back soft, flexible, and ready for another coat. 26. Remove carpet stains. Naturally mix 2 tablespoons white vinegar with 2 cups warm water and blot the stain with a clean cloth, working from the outside in. Diner owners across the Midwest have leaned on this method for spills near booths and counters for years. The mild acid breaks down many organic stains through a process called hydrolysis. Most people scrub hard in circles, which only spreads the stain further into the fibers. The carpet comes out fresh, lightened, and free of that dingy ring. 25. Clean, foggy car. Headlights. Cloudy headlights happen when UV exposure causes the plastic coating to oxidize over time. Most people pay a shop $50 or more to fix something they could handle themselves. Dip a cloth in white vinegar and scrub each headlight for 2 minutes, then rinse and dry. Truck drivers along long Midwest highways have used this trick to keep headlights bright between long hauls. The lenses come back clear, glossy, and noticeably brighter at night. 24. Eliminate musty smells. From towels. Add 1 cup white vinegar to your regular wash cycle in place of fabric softener. No detergent needed for this load. Coastal households in the Carolinas, where humidity makes towels go musty fast, swear by this fix. Most people just add more detergent or scented beads, which only masks the smell temporarily. The acid breaks down the bacteria buildup responsible for that sour odor in damp fabric. What comes out of the dryer is towels that smell clean, fresh, and genuinely odor-free. Hit subscribe now, because we're just getting to the halfway mark. And the second half is where things get really good. 23. Remove grease stains from clothes. Most people throw a grease-stained shirt straight in the wash and hope for the best, only to find the stains set in for good. Rub full-strength white vinegar directly onto the stain and let it sit for 15 minutes before washing as usual. The acid breaks down fat molecules, loosening grease through a process called saponification when combined with detergent. Diner cooks across the South have used this trick for years to save uniforms after a long shift at the grill. The fabric comes out clean, stain-free, and good as new. 22. Freshen a smelly garbage disposal. Freeze 1 cup white vinegar in an ice cube tray. Then, run 2 or 3 cubes through the disposal with cold water running. The frozen vinegar sharpens blades slightly while breaking down grime, since the cold solidifies grease for easier removal. Texas BBQ households deal with heavy food scraps often and lean on this trick weekly. Most people just run lemon peels through and call it done. But that only masks odor temporarily. What you get is a disposal that runs smoother and smells genuinely clean. 21. Defog bathroom. Mirrors. Permanently. Coastal households in the Carolinas deal with steamy bathrooms more than most, and they've got a fix that lasts. Wipe a mirror down with a cloth dipped in white vinegar, then buff dry with a separate towel. Most people just wipe the fog away each time and never solve the root problem. The thin, acidic film left behind prevents water vapor from condensing through a property called surface tension disruption. Showers from then on leave you with a mirror that stays clear, fog-free, and ready to use. 20. Brighten grout. Between tiles. Mix equal parts white vinegar and water in a spray bottle. Soak grout lines for 10 minutes, then scrub with an old toothbrush. Church potluck hosts know stained grout shows up fast in a busy kitchen or bathroom. The acid dissolves built-up grime and mild mold, staining through a simple chemical breakdown. Most people reach for bleach, which can discolor grout over time with repeated use. The lines come back bright, clean, and noticeably whiter. 19. Remove static. Cling from clothes. Add 1 4-cup white vinegar to your washing machine's rinse cycle dispenser before starting the load. Midwest home cooks have used this trick for decades as a natural alternative to dryer sheets. Static builds up when fabrics rub together and exchange electrons, a process called triboelectric charging. Most people just add more dryer sheets, layering on synthetic fragrance instead of solving the problem. Clothes come out of the dryer soft, cling-free, and ready to wear. Drop a comment right now with the hack so far that surprised you most. Let's see which one wins. 18. Clean a shower head of mineral buildup. Mineral deposits clog tiny showerhead nozzles over time, a process called limescale buildup from hard water. Most people just scrub the outside and never touch the real problem underneath. Fill a plastic bag with white vinegar, secure it around the showerhead with a rubber band, and let it soak for 1 hour. New England fishing towns, where hard water runs through every pipe in the house, rely on this trick constantly. Once rinsed, water pressure comes back strong, even, and full again. 17. Remove crayon marks. From walls, dip a cloth in white vinegar and rub gently at crayon marks using small circular motions. Most people reach for a magic eraser first, which can strip paint right along with the crayon. The wax in crayons resists water but breaks down under the mild acid, a reaction tied to the wax's chemical structure. Parents in busy Midwest households have used this fix for generations to save freshly painted walls. The wall comes back clean, smooth, and mark-free. 16. Keep bananas from browning. Too fast. Wrap the stems of a banana bunch tightly in plastic, dipped in 1 tablespoon white vinegar before storing on the counter. Most people just leave bananas exposed and watch them turn brown within a couple of days. Ethylene gas is the natural compound released from the stem that speeds up ripening across the whole bunch. Farmers market vendors throughout the South have used this trick to keep produce looking fresh longer on display. Bananas stay firmer, brighter, and last noticeably longer this way. 15. Eliminate pet odors. From carpet mix, 1 cup white vinegar with 2 cups warm water in a spray bottle and lightly mist over the affected area before blotting dry. Most people reach for scented sprays that only cover up pet odor temporarily. The acid neutralizes the ammonia compounds responsible for that sharp, lingering smell. Dog owners in rural Texas households have used this trick for generations between deep carpet cleanings. The room is left smelling neutral, clean, and genuinely fresh. 14. Restore stiff leather boots. Texas ranch hands have relied on this trick for decades to keep work boots from cracking in dry weather. Mix equal parts white vinegar and water, then apply lightly with a soft cloth in small circular motions. Most people slather on heavy oils that can darken or stain the leather unevenly. The mild acid helps lift dirt embedded deep in the leather's fibers without stripping its natural oils. Boots come back supple, smooth, and ready for another season of wear. 13. Clean burnt pots and pans. Most people soak a burnt pot overnight and still end up scrubbing for 20 minutes the next morning. Fill the pan with 1 cup white vinegar and 1 cup water, bring to a boil, then add 2 tablespoons baking soda off the heat. The fizzing reaction lifts burnt food through a simple acid-base interaction. Diner cooks running back-to-back breakfast shifts have leaned on this trick for decades to turn pans around fast. The pan comes out clean, bright, and ready to use again in minutes. 12. Remove musty smell. From a washing machine. Front load. Washing machines trap moisture in the rubber gasket, creating the perfect environment for mold growth. Run an empty hot cycle with 2 cups white vinegar poured directly into the drum. Most people just wipe the gasket occasionally and never address the smell at its source. Midwest households running heavy laundry loads for big families rely on this monthly reset to keep machines smelling clean. Every load afterward comes out smelling fresh, neutral, and free of that musty edge. 11. Sharpen the flavor of canned beans. Most people drain canned beans straight into a pot and wonder why they taste flat and dull. Add 1 tablespoon white vinegar to the cooking liquid along with your usual seasonings. The acid brightens flavor by balancing the canned beans' naturally muted, slightly metallic taste. Tex-Mex home cooks have used this trick for generations to make canned beans taste closer to slow-simmered, from-scratch beans. What you end up with is a pot that tastes rich, deep, and genuinely homemade. 10. Remove rust from garden tools. Soak rusty garden tools in undiluted white vinegar for 12 hours, then scrub with steel wool and dry thoroughly. Rust forms through oxidation, a reaction between iron and oxygen that weakens metal over time. Most people just keep using rusty tools until they snap or stop working. Backyard gardeners across New England, where damp soil speeds up rusting, depend on this trick every spring. Tools come back smooth, sharp, and ready for the season ahead. 9. Strip wallpaper without damaging drywall. Now, these last few hacks are the most powerful of all. If you remember nothing else from this video, remember these. Mix equal parts white vinegar and hot water in a spray bottle. Soak the wallpaper thoroughly and let it sit for 15 minutes before peeling. Most people rip wallpaper off dry and end up tearing chunks of drywall along with it. The hot vinegar solution softens old wallpaper paste, breaking down its adhesive bond. Generations of Midwest homeowners flipping older houses have leaned on this trick to save walls underneath. The wallpaper comes away clean, intact, and the wall stays smooth. 8. Remove odors. From plastic containers. Plastic absorbs strong odors from foods like garlic and curry through tiny pores in its surface. Most people just wash with soap repeatedly and still catch a whiff of last week's leftovers. Soak the container in a mix of 1 cup white vinegar and 2 cups water for 1 hour, then wash as usual. Church potluck hosts juggling dozens of reused containers rely on this trick to keep everything smelling neutral. Containers come out smelling clean, fresh, and ready for the next dish. 7. Clean cloudy jewelry. Most people pay for professional jewelry cleaning when the fix is sitting in their pantry. Soak gold or costume jewelry in white vinegar for 15 minutes, then gently scrub with a soft toothbrush. Tarnish forms when metal reacts with sulfur compounds in the air, a slow process called oxidation. Southern grandmothers passing down heirloom pieces have used this trick for generations to keep jewelry box favorites looking sharp. Pieces come back bright, shiny, and noticeably more brilliant. 6. Keep flowers fresh. Longer. Add 2 tablespoons white vinegar and 2 tablespoons sugar to the water in a vase before arranging fresh cut flowers. Florists and home cooks alike have used this trick for decades to stretch a bouquet's life by several days. Bacteria growth in vase water is the main reason cut flowers wilt early, clogging stems from the inside. Most people just change the water and hope for the best. Flowers stay vibrant, full, and fresh noticeably longer with this simple swap. 5. Brighten a dull wood floor. Mix 1 to 2 cup white vinegar with 1 gallon warm water and mop lightly, avoiding oversaturation on hardwood. Most people use heavy-duty cleaners that leave behind a dulling, waxy residue over time. The mild acid cuts through grime and built-up wax without damaging the floor's protective finish. Generations of New England homeowners with old hardwood floors have relied on this gentle approach for routine cleaning. The floor comes back warm, glossy, and rich in that natural mahogany shine. 4. Remove mineral stains from toilet bowls. Hard water leaves behind reddish-brown ring stains caused by mineral deposits building up below the waterline. Most people scrub for 10 minutes with bleach and barely touch the staining. Pour 2 cups white vinegar into the bowl, let it sit for 1 hour, then scrub with a toilet brush. Midwest households dealing with well water year-round depend on this trick to keep bathrooms looking sharp. The bowl comes out clean, bright, and stain-free. 3. Deep clean. A washing machine's detergent drawer. Most people never think to clean the detergent drawer, letting buildup pile up unnoticed for months. Soap scum and fabric softener residue harden into a sticky film through repeated drying and re-wetting. Remove the drawer and soak it in a mix of 1 cup white vinegar and 2 cups warm water for 30 minutes. Midwest households running daily laundry loads for big families make this part of their monthly reset routine. The drawer slides back in, clean, fresh-smelling, and free of grime buildup. 2. Revive a dull. Cutting board's natural color. Wooden cutting boards lose their warm tone over time as oils and stains seep into the grain. Wipe the board down with full-strength white vinegar. Let it sit for 10 minutes, then rinse and dry completely. Most people just keep using a stained, dingy board without ever restoring it. Tannins in the wood react with the acid, lifting discoloration through a gentle chemical exchange. Generations of Southern grandmothers have kept their boards looking almost new using this exact trick. The board comes back warm, rich, and that deep natural mahogany you saw on day 1. 1. The vinegar steam trick that cleans your entire microwave, sink, and cutting board routine in half the time. This is the trick that changes everything, the most powerful hack on this entire list. Most people treat their kitchen's toughest cleaning jobs as separate chores, scrubbing the microwave one day, the sink the next, the cutting board after that. But there's a smarter way, and it starts with steam. Heat 1 cup white vinegar and 1 cup water in a microwave-safe bowl for 5 minutes until it reaches a low, steady simmer. Leave it inside, door closed, for 10 minutes after the timer stops. The steam created carries acetic acid vapor throughout the entire microwave interior, softening grime through a process called vapor phase deconstruction, breaking down stuck-on residue without a single scrub. While that bowl sits, dip a cloth in the hot liquid and wipe down your sink and cutting board in the same motion, since the heated vinegar works faster than cold. Generations of diner cooks running tight kitchens during the lunch rush have used this exact multitasking trick to turn 3 chores into 1. By the time you wipe the microwave clean, your sink is bright and your cutting board is fresh. Everything comes out spotless, gleaming, and effortlessly restored, all at once. Bonus: the all-purpose vinegar spray that replaces half your cleaning cabinet. As a reward for sticking around this long, here's the one blend that ties everything together. Mix 2 cups white vinegar, 2 cups water, and the peels from 1 lemon in a jar, then let it sit for 2 weeks before straining into a spray bottle. The lemon oil infuses into the solution over time, mellowing the sharp vinegar smell while keeping all the cleaning power intact. Texas households have kept a jar like this going on rotation for generations, always topping it off as they use it. Most people buy 5 different cleaning sprays when one bottle could replace nearly all of them. What you end up with is a spray that smells bright, citrusy, and genuinely pleasant to clean with every single time. And that's exactly why we make these videos for you. If today's breakdown helped you, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another guide like this one. We've got more deep dives coming your way. From forgotten kitchen remedies passed down through generations to clever household tricks using ingredients already sitting in your pantry, all designed to help you live smarter and save money along the way. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay sharp, stay resourceful, and keep rising. Drop a comment with the vinegar hack from this list you're trying first. Let's see which one wins.